Hey guys, so today I wanted to talk about my first trade that I've sold, which made me a rather profitable gain. So now I began my trading journey on the 8th of July, and I purchased BHP, which is an Australian mining and minerals company. So now this video isn't actually about BHP, I just wanted to give a little bit of a background into my trading. However, my second purchase was August the 4th, and this was an Australian debt collection company called Corp. Now this is a company that, with all the COVID and financial issues businesses and people were having, I had hoped that Corp was going to perform rather well over time. So now on the 4th of August, I bought 29 shares of Corp. And these shares were priced at $17.62 per share. So this came to a total value of $510.98. So I purchased this much because on the ASX you need a minimum purchase of $500. And with me being a little bit uncertain, this only being my second trade, I wasn't overly confident in myself, so I stuck with the minimum I could. Now looking back, and I know you should never really look back and say I should have done this and oh I wish I did this, because at the end of the day we can't, and we didn't. We did what we did, and you can't change that now. Now if we could, I have no doubt that we all would have gone back into March when the crash happened and we all would have been investing in Tesla and Afterpay, and we would have made an absolute whopping return. However, at the end of the day, we can't do that now. But for those of you that did do that in March, good on you. I'd like to hear what you're doing with that money now and if you're still holding. So anyway, before I get too off topic, we're going back into my purchase of Corp. So now I was rather happy because I was a little bit lucky, and in the first few days of holding it, it started going up quite a little bit. However, nothing too crazy, of course. It's a blue chip, well-developed company. You usually don't see a lot of movement, so it was just a little bit of volatility here and there, going up and down. However, it was working in my favor and mostly going up. However, then September hit, and I saw the price go down to around just over $16. And now when I was purchasing for just over 17, this obviously wasn't anything huge. However, it wasn't anything great by any means. Now of course this wasn't too much of a big, decline in the share price, so I didn't sell off. I wasn't too worried, and I still had a lot of hope for the company because it's a company I believed in. Especially with COVID being in the debt collection industry, I had a lot of hope that it was going to do well with the financial issues businesses and individuals were having. So I kept holding on, and then in later October, we saw the price do rather well, going to about $21 per share. Now buying in at just over $17 a share, I was rather happy with this gain so far. However, it was still nothing I really saw myself wanting to sell out and just take my profits, because there wasn't that many profits yet. However, then at the very end of October, I actually felt rather crap because the price very sadly went back down to where I bought it at. And this was a little bit unfortunate. I was already holding for a few months, and it's not something you want to see happen. Especially when you saw it go up, you don't want to see it go back to where you bought it at, because it makes you feel like, well, I should have sold then and just taken my profits. I got too greedy. However, like I've already said, I kept holding because I had confidence in this company, and I thought that it's a well-developed company. There's not a lot of risk involved, so I might as well keep holding. Because not very long later, we saw the price really spike to about $25 a share in November. So this of course was great to see. $25 per share when I bought it just over $17 per share made me rather happy. And I kept holding on because, again, there's a bit of greed in me, like everyone does, it's part of our nature, and because I believed in it. I thought it's going to keep going up, so why not keep holding? So I kept holding, and yes, I'm very glad I did. Because then, very nicely, on the 29th of December, I sold for a much higher price. I sold my 29 shares of Corp for $29.73 per share. Now, I understand I had a lot of confidence in the company, and I understand a lot of people say, well, if you're confident, you should keep holding because it's something you believe in. And although I do agree with that quite a bit, this profit for me was a little bit too much to not sell off. I knew that I'd be kicking myself really hard if I saw this price go back down, so with the profits being as high as they were, I thought I might as well not be too greedy and I might as well sell off. At the end of the day, this profit was much higher than I ever thought I'd get with this trade. And that's really saying something, especially with the amount of time I was holding this, just a few months. I really did see some great appreciation in the stock price. Now, commissions aside, I made the capital gains of just over 68.7% and just over 350 Australian dollars. Now, when I was only investing $510, seeing $350 gain was pretty great. Now, like I said, this is commissions aside. I do pay a commission of $19.95 per trade. So obviously when you do that, it does change that a little bit. However, these were still gains I was more than happy with to sell off. Now, unfortunately, which no one likes to see, and I've been trying not to look at it because obviously it's a bit of a punch in the gut if you see the price continue going up, and we have seen that a little bit. It's now reached over $30, I believe, depending on when you're watching this video, and who knows, this really could go up more. I still actually do have a bit of hope in this company, and I think that it's a very strong industry to be in right now. However, I did think that 68% profit was more than I could hope for. So I did sell, and I'm actually quite happy with what I did. I can't be too greedy with things like this. So now I really want to hear, what would you guys have done? Would you have sold or would you have kept holding? I'm not sure if I made the right choice, however, I am feeling confident myself that I did. I'm quite happy with what I've done, and at the end of the day, I think that that's what's important, as long as there's no regret. Like everyone, I do have a bit of that FOMO, and I've also got a little bit of that regret. However, with this, I'm glad to say I've still felt quite happy with what I've done, and as long as I don't see the price go to $40 anytime soon, I'm going to continue being rather happy. At the end of the day, even if I see it go to $50 per share, although that would be very, very, very sad to see, I'm still going to be happy with the gains I got, because 68% is nothing at all to complain about, in my eyes at least. I understand some people get much bigger gains. However, for my second purchase I ever made at 16 years old, making $350 in net gains, I'm rather happy with. And also, let me know if you're a holder of Credit Corp at the moment, or if you were holding Credit Corp, or if you're even considering buying Credit Corp. I know a lot of people were waiting for it to get to a much nicer price of about $15, and it never quite reached $15. So let me know, what did you think and what did you do in terms of buying or selling Credit Corp? I hope you all enjoyed the video, and please, if you did, I would appreciate a big thumbs up down below, and if you really would like to, I'd appreciate if you subscribe to the channel to see more videos just like this. Thank you all, and I'll see you in the next video.